Welcome to the Forever Cash Life Real Estate Investing Podcast with your hosts, Jack and Michelle Bosch. Together, let's uncover the secrets to building true wealth through real estate and living a purpose-driven life.
Welcome to this week's show of the podcast. My name is Michelle Bosch. I'm your host today. Super excited to be able to, just enter your world and spend a little bit of time together chatting about doing strategic planning for 2022. Guys, have you realized we are on January, at the time of this recording, January 24th. Almost the entire month of January is gone, long and gone for 2022, and you may or may not have anything to show for it, or you may have already started your strategic planning. Maybe you're just picking up the ball right now because you got sick in the first weeks of January. That's exactly what happened to me in the very first week of January. I was down with COVID, and or what we think is COVID. And so if you are just picking up the ball right now and you recognize that January is already almost gone, I think today's podcast is a powerful one to get you, really to focus your energy, because right now it seems like energies are spread everywhere and going everywhere. And so this podcast is my attempt in helping you really focus your energy in 5 key areas of your life, which is your family, your fitness, your finances, your friends, and your faith. And how we like to do strategic planning around those 5 categories of our lives is I like looking at, quarters, really breaking down my year into quarters, into 3 months. Sometimes, we give ourselves incredibly ambitious goals, and those ambitious goals, in order for them to seem like more attainable, require that we break them out into smaller goals. So I usually have, our big yearly goals, and we usually actually use a tool called a high impact planner that we use inside of our coaching program, and that we also offer to our coaching students as well. And this high impact, year planner, pretty much, it's a one sheet where in one place I can have my big rocks for each of the 4 quarters of the year. And in those big rocks, usually, I have a goal for fitness. I have a goal for family. I have a goal for finance. I have a goal for friendships. I have a goal for faith. Yeah. And it allows me to really identify and pinpoint where are, what is it that I'm going to be doing in those 5 categories, and who, most important, who is going to help me achieve that goal in that one category? Because we're not at a point anymore where we should be looking for hows. Hows are everywhere. I mean, the entire internet is full of how-tos, and we get bombarded every single day on social media with how to do this, how to make money here, how to do crypto, how to do stock investing, there's a bunch of how-tos out there. And let's face it, we all live busy lives. So in order for us to really focus on moving our goals forward in those 5 categories that I was just describing, we really need to identify the key who's that are going to help us move forward in those goals in those 5 categories. So that's one of the things that I do. Another thing that I do is I like to, on my financial goal, I like to think about what are the cash drivers that are going to allow me to meet my financial goals quarter after quarter for the year ahead. So right now we still have, and that's why I love the quarter, we still have the entire month of February and the entire month of March to actually accomplish our goals for February 1, for Q1 of 2022. And that's why I love the quarter, because it's a time period of 90 days where it gives you a little bit of grace, where if you fell off the wagon in 1 month, you still have 60 days to actually, turbocharge your actions, your momentum, and get right on it. and actually make something happen still. So that's why I love the quarter, and I love identifying what is going to be my 90-day cash driver, for that quarter. If you're in the land investing space, is it going to be, 2 infill lots that are going to be bringing in, I don't know, 50 or 60 grand each for $120,000 just for Q1 of 2022? Or is it going to be, if you're in rural areas, is it going to be 40-acre parcels that you can sell for 20, 30 grand, where you can make a profit of $20 or $25,000 for, to make your first quarter of the year be a 50 or a, I don't know, a 70 or a $90,000, first quarter of the year, depending on how many of those rural, 40-acre parcels you're going to be selling. So very, very, very important on that financial goal to really identify what is going to be the source of cash for you in the land investing space that is going to bring in predictably that cash. If you've already been doing deals, if you're already a seasoned investor, a seasoned land flipper, you know exactly the counties that you need to go back to, that you worked in 2021, they gave you the biggest bang for your marketing dollar, and harvest and go and make sure that you have and that you secure a good deal flow, or your pipeline with deals coming in from that particular county where you already know. That gives you predictability, that gives you stability for Q1, and an almost guarantee to meet the financial goals. And anything that you do on top of that is gravy to add to that financial goal for the entire year. I usually like, basically on Q1, doing a repetition of what I already know, and also innovating and going into new areas or new types of properties, pivoting into higher price volume or higher price property, I'm sorry, to in new areas that I might not know, that are going to help me accelerate my goals for that upcoming year. So you have goals that give you some predictability, and then other goals in the financial space for those first 90 days that give you that acceleration. Yeah, maybe that acceleration is going to come to you in the form of really surrounding yourself in an environment, or finding finally that that coach or that mentor that is going to allow you to get to the next level. If you've been dabbling with this, if you've been talking about cash confidence, in 2022, and you want to stop talking about it, but actually living it, experiencing it, and having it, this is how we go about, accomplishing that, by being very intentional with our goals and planning. Because if you don't plan, what's going to happen is that life is going to get in the way, and you're going to be basically coasting through this first quarter of the year, pretty much wasting it. And if you already wasted the first month, if already January went by and you haven't done anything, well, like I said, it's time to pick up the ball. So those are a couple of things that I like looking after I have identified the 5 big rocks in each of those categories. And I look at, what's the dollar impact, and most importantly, who is going to help me achieve, where, like I said, who, not how, is the key to accomplishing your goals in this day and age, when everyone is busy, where there's so much going on in the world, and it's time to, focus and to really leverage or be leveraged. If you don't leverage, relationships, strategies, mentorship that, that is available to you, others will leverage you, and you won't get to advance on your goals. So make sure that you actually leverage instead of being leveraged. Yeah. So in those 5 categories, I wanted to elaborate a little bit at the things that I look at. In fitness, it could be, eating better. It could be as simple as the first quarter, you adding a salad to replace a heavier meal that you usually have, or it could be adding, 5,000 steps a day, whereas normally you don't get to walk a lot, or maybe, 6,000, 7,000, like basically start based on what you have done in the past, and go and get going, and either get somebody to help you, if to partner and be your accountability partner, a who that helps you stay motivated when you don't feel like walking because you've had a crazy day. or a workout coach that is going to be working with you 3 times a week to really reshape and resculpt your body. We need to, each of us, assess our weaknesses, our strengths, and based on that, create a structure of support of who's that help us identify those goals. In the area of finances, I already described it a little bit. In the area of friendships, for me, I always look at, who's. Again, I'm looking at who's. And in that specific category, I'm always looking at, okay, what mentors am I going to need this year based on my goals that are really going to move the needle in bringing my goals forward, in the fastest way possible. I also look at, what allies am I going to need? Who do I need to really surround myself with what kinds of relationships and connections do I need to start making that will allow me to collaborate with them and really advance my mission, advance my vision for this year. I also look at, what type of clients do I want to serve, where, if it's in the investing space, I'm looking, for builders. I'm looking for that financial type of investor, because that is the type of property that we're after. So you need to figure out and really understand even the psychology of the who's of the clients that you're trying to serve. The same for our educational space. We're looking for people that are business athletes that are willing to really get in alignment with their goals and make the decisions that really match those goals, because sometimes people want to have success, but the decisions that they make do not match those goals. So I look at that. I look at team. What kind of who's am I trying to attract? What kind of talent am I trying to attract? Am I going to, for example, maybe as part of one of my goals in terms of growing the leadership, of our team, what kind of meetings do I have to be having on a regular basis that are not necessarily just goal and work related, but that really help me understand the personal goals of our team so that I can help them also reach and meet their goals as well in conjunction with the goals of the company. Yeah. So how can we connect those? And I'm always looking for opportunities to do that. With our team. Maybe in your family, part of the family goals would be to spend more time with your spouse without your children, and go on a date night with your loved. Or it could be as a family, having dinners together. If you guys are not doing dinners together, maybe it's having, as part of Q1, making it a point of having a dinner or a breakfast together, maybe 3 times a week, depending on, how your life looks. Or if you want every single day of the week, if you're really committed, with incredible intentionality, that is possible, in spite of the busy lives that we all live. So those are just some ideas on those 5 categories, as far as how to go about identifying your goal, planning your year, breaking it out into 4 smaller quarters. Okay, if I want to do, I don't know, maybe your goal is, say your goal is 7 figures. That means that each and every quarter you need to be producing $250,000 in revenue and sales, yeah, in some way, shape, or form. And it doesn't have to be that big of a goal. If it's smaller, if it's $100,000, okay, that means $25,000 in land sales every single quarter. What do I need to do that then? If that's for the quarter, what do I need to be doing every month? And if the very first month of the year is gone, what do I need to do right now in February and March to get to my goal of $25,000 in land sales for Q1 of 2022? In the area of faith, I want to talk about a little bit about, in the area of faith, for me, this year, we've used always a word or a phrase every single year to kind of like direct or serve as a North Star for our lives for that year. And this year for me, which is really closely tied, to that 5th category that I was just talking about, faith, is the word epiphany. That's what 2022 is going to be about for Jack and myself, is the word epiphany. Epiphanies. And what are epiphanies, you might be asking? Well, for me, epiphanies are those sudden surges or charges of light that come and rush unexpectedly and that come into your life to really help you experience a widespread increase perhaps in your health, in peace, in trust, in relationships, in opportunities, in money. And I hope that my 2022 is filled with epiphanies. So maybe from the point of view of that fifth category, which is faith, you want to identify a word that is going to help your soul continue, on the path, regardless of the challenges that rise up, that come up, so that you can rise up to those challenges and don't be deterred by them, but instead be encouraged, be fueled, be charged up by them instead of being deterred by them. And so in order, for us to, I think, really have a year where you have that sudden widespread increase in your finances, in your family and relationships and fitness and so on and so forth, I'm a firm believer that it's not enough to just have that intention and to set the intention for the year and to create the space during the day to find those epiphanies, those moments of stillness and silence, where you hear the whispers of your heart. And it's not enough to create those gaps in your day, where you slow down to have those rush, or those surges of insight, but that you actually need to really pair that with action. I'm always a person that believes not just in the law of attraction, but also in the law of traction. And in that word of traction, traction, there's the word disguise action, and which means to me getting in alignment, with the right relationships and actually doing things to get myself in alignment with the right relationships, putting myself, investing in myself to be in environments where the relationships are going to up-level me, where they're going to, stretch me beyond belief, because there's a ton of people out there that are doing the things that I want to do because they're willing to stretch. So there's a ton of people already doing the things that you want to do because they're willing to stretch as well. So getting in alignment with, with the right relationships, with the right environments, getting in alignment with actually, maybe pushing myself and giving myself, bigger goals than normal, bigger goals that scare me a little bit, because if they don't scare you a little bit, they're not big enough and they're not going to take me out of my comfort zone. So maybe you want to think about that as well, or getting in alignment with secret ambitions and desires that you might have. I've always wanted to become an amazing tango dancer, and what am I doing? I'm looking for a teacher here in town that can come and teach Jack and I private lessons and learn how to tango. That's been one of my secret ambitions and desires. Getting in alignment, with really also being undaunted by fears, by self-doubt, by uncertainty, by the turbulence of the world that we live in, by getting in alignment with grace, with joy, by creating those gaps during my day where I can give thanks for what I have, give thanks for all the amazing blessings, and to really reflect on how my day is going to be or how my day has been. Those are important as well. And there's nothing wrong with having the intention, but you need to pair with the actual action of scheduling in your calendar for the day so that you can create those moments, of ease and grace. Yeah. Getting in alignment, with your potential, basically means that it's not enough to know your potential, but that you need to take the actions that align with really getting to that potential, stepping into that potential each and every day, because each and every day, today, we create the future that we want to live. Yeah. So guys, I hope this episode has served you. I hope that you have found some golden nuggets in, how I plan my year, and that perhaps spill over into being part of your routine of how you want to plan out the rest of 2022. If, you've had a crazy January, because I'm a firm believer that, I want to become, and if you're listening to this show right now, you are too. I want to become a person that changes times. There are Time can change a person, but I want to be a person that changes time, because why not me? Why not now? So why not you? Why not now? And by the way, if you have been checking us out for some time and you have thought about enrolling in coaching, I suggest that you make a decision, and finally decide that you don't want to just talk about, cash confidence, but actually live it and experience it in the, upcoming year. Then book a call at landcoaching.com. We are actually increasing our prices as of February 1st. So still this week, you have the opportunity to, have 2021 prices and enroll in a 12-month incubator that can help you, really achieve goals in all these 5 categories. Because yes, we're looking at cash, land and bringing cash in your bank account, and we're looking at improving your financial category. But I want to say that when you improve one category of your life, it's a win in all categories of your life. A win in one category of your life, whether it be finances, means more options and choices for your family, means the ability, to meet new friends, to create new environments that uplift you. It means you having the access to perhaps hire a private coach to come and help you with your fitness goals. Yeah. It means the possibility to perhaps tithe or to give to charity, or, to continue building faith in yourself, in the capabilities and the skills that you have, having faith in the goodness of others, and having faith in the unknown. So one category can be a win for all categories. And I hope that you recognize that, that you, me, us, we are the ones that we have been waiting for, that there's no time to lose. There's no one out there coming to save us. We need to take responsibility for the things that we want to see happen in 2022. And so if you have been considering coaching, go to landcoaching.com and book a call to see if we are a fit for each other. And I look forward to spending time with you guys on another episode of the podcast. Thank you so much for letting me into your life, into your world, and for having an open mind and always an open heart, and just listening and hearing to what I have to say. Thank you so much. And until the next one, bye-bye.